Hey kids, it's Mo Morales. Just got my beard trimmed up and I want to do some photography. So normally I will not bring this hunking beast with me out into the world. Normally I leave the 24-70 at home, whether it's the Tamron, whether it's the Sony, which I've never actually used because I can't afford it. Yeah, that was the biggest thing, jumping over to the Sony system after leaving Nikon. I used to think Nikon glass was expensive, but Sony is expensive, not compared to the new RF lenses by Canon that are really awesome, but you're also paying a real high premium for that. So today I took it out because I'm not going actually into the city. I'm actually shooting the city from across the river. Luckily for me, living in New Jersey, in the area that I live in, grew up in Hoboken, I'm able to just take the lens, I'm actually just able to take photos from this side of the river, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to incorporate the wide and contrast of the narrow that the 24-70 provides me with the punch in on the Sony, which allows you to turn your full frame into a crop sensor. So it gives me, 1.5 magnification on the 24 side, as well as on the 70 side. I'm having a come to camera Jesus moment right now where I really want a tight lens. Coming out here a couple days ago with my friend Omar, first thing I noticed was I only had wide angle lenses on my fun camera, which is my Fuji X-T3. So I only have the 16mm or the 18-55 kit lens, which equates to about 70 millimeters when you do the multiplication. He let me borrow his 23mm Voigtech or something like that, but it doesn't give me the reach I want. And back in my Nikon days, I feel like an old man. Back in my Nikon days, I would always shoot with my 70 to 200 f2.8, and I love that. The compression you got with that, the reach you got with that, the separation of subject you got with that lens. And I'm torn where I have the money to buy a lens right now, somewhere in the 70 to 200 f2.8 range. I just don't want to spend that money. Having the money and wanting to spend it are two different things. I rather make extra car payments. I rather just let that sit in the savings in case something goes wrong, which in my life something always goes wrong. So I'm just like torn. Like even looking on cheaper options, like looking at the f4 option by Sony. It's a great lens. It does what you want it to do, but it's not 2.8. And I found that in that range of a zoom, you do need extra light sometimes, and 2.8 is key. Big difference between 4 and 2.8. It's not really that big of in the reciprocal agreement of going up in stops and stuff. It's not that big of a deal, but it is that big of a deal. And this is only for my work lens. My Fuji, I'm very happy with the 18 to 55. I was tempted to do the 16 to 80, but that would end up being a travel lens for me, because it would only be like a one lens carry setup to travel. I wouldn't use it professionally, and that's what my thing is. I was thinking here, I have a couple of shoots coming up in a few weeks where I'll be doing an engagement shoot on the beach in the morning, where the 70 to 200 would be key, as well as that same evening I'll also be then turning around and doing some maternity shots where 70-200 may not work for me at the 200 angle because I'll be indoors, but definitely at the 70mm range. So, which is where I'm capped out right now with the Sigma 24-70. I really think I'll get away with everything I need with the Sigma, it's that this is one of those things where it's a want versus a need. I do also have the Sony 85 millimeter, the 85 millimeter 1.8, which I think really is all I really need. I have everything I really need to make these shoots work and be amazing. It's just, again, gas, as well as something I was used to that I gave up when I came to Sony. I even thought about getting like a really cheap 70 to 300, remembering the days when I first started being a professional, you know, actually charging people. And you know, when you first start thinking you're a good photographer, good enough that you could find out what's the next step. I used to rock a Sigma 70 to 300 f8.7 or something macro lens. How many of you guys have that lens? I know George, world famous Georgie from the Mo and O photo show videos and podcast. He rocked that with, you know, he rocked it. I rocked it. I think even Omar rocked it for a little while. I could be wrong. I don't think he did. But yeah, I'm having length concerns. That's what she said. No, but what would you guys do? What do you guys think? Is my gas just gas, and I need to let it simmer away, which I've been doing a lot lately. I've really resisted the urge to spend money on stuff in this economy, as well as, you know, just that I want to start having more money in my savings. I have money in my savings. I just want to have more money in my savings in case of, you know, my full-time job goes away with everything going the way it goes. All right, give me some comments. Let me know what do you guys think? Am I just crazy and just need to let it pass, or should I figure something out? I even looked at the Tamron 70 to 180 or 75 to 180. I don't know I can't think off the top of my head. And since I'm just gonna upload this and not really edit it, I won't get a chance to check. But all the reviews I've seen where the lens was pretty solid, pretty awesome. I just didn't like the way the bokeh balls look in most of the images that all the reviewers were showing. All right, anyway, thanks for stopping by this Saturday morning. Quick video just to put it out there, because I felt like talking in my car, and I figured, why should I just talk to myself and look like a crazy man when I could talk to a camera? I'm not crazy. I'm not lonely. I got friends. We could be friends. How many people just walked off and cried? Be good.